Alright, so I'm going to be doing a impression on the Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes trailers that came out a few days ago. One came out last night, the other one came out like a day ago. Um, First of all, the game looks amazing. I think it looks amazing. Every time Metal Gear comes out, they always, push the boundaries and always take that next step. So I'm excited to play this game, and I cannot wait for this game to come out, whether it's Ground Zeroes or Phantom Pain, because whatever it is, it looks amazing. Especially the daytime trailer that they showed last night. Oh my god, it was awesome. So here's Snake, kind of looking over the whole compound. It looks different than the PAX trailer that they showed. You could see a little bit more stuff in the background, like comm towers, some tents off to his left. I'm not sure if they changed that little route he takes, but it looks like they did change up a little bit the route. Marking targets, yeah, it's kind of Far Cry-ish, Far Cry 3, but I mean, if you don't like it, just don't do it. A lot of people are complaining about, oh, it's gay, it's like Splinter Cell and like Far Cry, and I've played both. Yeah, it is kind of weird, but if you don't like it, just don't mark them. It's very, very simple. Just don't mark them. I mean, I don't plan on marking them, so hopefully it's not automatic. That's my only concern, is hopefully it's not an automatic. Every time you like zoom in on one, it'll automatically mark them. Hopefully you mark them. But even if you mark them automatically, whatever, I don't mind it. There he goes. He's kind of running, about to take some cover. So that right there, that little zooming feature that they got, that's pretty badass. I like that. I like how you could zoom in like that, and really, to me, it kind of takes you out of that open world environment and throws you into a classic Metal Gear feel, to help you focus on what you're looking at. It happens a little bit later at the trailer, but I like that you're able to zoom in like that, like a over the shoulder zoom in, because it kind of takes you away from the real world environment and allows you to focus. So the lens flare, that's pretty cool. I don't really see how the lens flares tell you where they're coming from. They just kind of appear, and I didn't really see any lens flare during the day, but whatever. I like the jumping, that's pretty cool. It's open world, so you really got to be able to traverse the environment pretty good, so being able to jump like that is pretty tight. That weird long jump that he does, I don't think it's automatic. I think you control it, so it's kind of weird how he, wail, there you go, he wails his hands up like that, like, whoa, like, it's kind of eccentric to me, but I don't think you could, do it automatically when you're running. I think you have to push, I think it was like forward in triangle or forward in X or something. It was a little prompt up there, but it looks like you have to push a button, because as you see a little later, Snake can either do that jump or he can drop down onto lower levels, so I don't think it's an automatic thing. And there he is waiting for the guards, chilling. I like his new little crouch position pose. Game looks good. It has a lot of depth to it. I like how you can just, while you're running, you can just hit the crawl button and he crawls in. That's the fluidity that Kojima was talking about, being able to pick locks right now. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of glad it's not like the old Splinter Cell games where you have to do it yourself. It's more time consuming than having to do it yourself. That's pretty cool. I think he does that zoom in feature here again. There you go, that over the shoulder zoom in. That's pretty cool again. So there you go. Like I said, it takes you away from the real world and helps you focus on your situation. And then you got the exclamation point. And I'm glad it's back. I'm glad that Kojima retained that sort of, originality from the old Metal Gears. That, it's not completely different. It's still a Metal Gear game, and if it's any indicator that it's still Metal Gear, it's that iconic exclamation point. So I'm glad that that's back. I'm excited. I think we see it one more time during the daytime trailer. But and also that little feature, I don't know if you guys saw that when the guard spotted his buddy unconscious in the middle of the street, before just blindly walking over to him, like in every other Metal Gear, the guard kind of stops and says, "Oh, what the fuck is going on?" and flashes his light around to make sure, that whoever did this is not around, or he obviously knows something's going on. So I'm glad he added that layer of detail to the game, that you're able to see from the guards, really thinking, and the AI is really advanced. So I'm glad for that. Of course, Snake, he's a badass, so he still knocks him out. What else we got? Being able to drive your car, that's pretty cool. I think everybody's excited about that. First person view, that's pretty cool. Motor storm status right there. So that's pretty cool. I really don't think people are complaining about that. I mean, it's kind of obvious. I think we all wanted him to be able to jump in a tank and blow shit up, or jump in a 7-ton or a Humvee or Jeep or whatever. So that's pretty cool. And being open world, you're gonna have to. So unless you want to run everywhere, fuck that. No tire track marks. People were saying about no tire track marks. I mean, I think it'll be there when the game is completely done. I think because this looks like it was put together for Tokyo Game Show. I don't think the game is gonna look like this when we get it. So, yeah, I think there'll be tire marks and footprints. I mean, every Metal Gear, I think Metal Gear Solid 3 had footprints. You were able to see footprints with the thermal goggles. 4, you had to track Naomi, so you had to differentiate her footprints. So, I think they'll be there in the end product. This part is kind of weird. If you notice, he's kind of far away from the guard, yet you can still grab him. So that was, I mean, I don't expect perfection, obviously, but I just thought it was weird how, he's able to grab him even though the guard was clearly a little out of his reach. But whatever, it's cool. It's cool that you can do that, The little hand gestures, he's all fucking with the guards with the light, like, oh my god, get the light out of my face. That's cool. This game is gonna be, I think it's gonna be awesome. I mean, it's definitely gonna be different. Even Metal Gear Solid 4 was different. I mean, it was more, Call of Duty like, where you had to hold L1 to shoot and R1, or L1 to aim, R1 to shoot, and so that was a big jump, I think, for gamers, for fans of the series. So I think this is going to be no different. Another jump. Kojima's always good at making those big leaps in his games, So I think where he's going with this is going to be good. There's no reason for me to doubt that. There you go. There's the little jump again. If you notice, he doesn't really do that eccentric jump. He just kind of drops down. So I don't think it's automatic. I think you control it. You'd have to probably do his sprint, because he could sprint now. I think you'd have to sprint in order to get enough speed to do that jump. So I don't think it's going to be automatic. I think you'll be able to control, to some extent, the drop and then that jump, that long jump. So he is jumping over the fence tight. Here we go. There's that third person zoom in again to help you focus on, in this case, those two guards. I know it's because of the positions of the tent as well, but you can clearly see before he walked into the tents, the camera zoomed in right over his shoulder, so helps him kind of focus on taking out these guards. CQC looks badass. Right there, he grabs him, disarms him at the same time, so it is a little more fluid. He doesn't do the little leg sweep that he does in Metal Gear Solid 3 and Metal Gear Solid 4. Yes, I know that it's two different Snakes. I'm a fan of the series, so I know my Metal Gear lore. But yeah, he doesn't do the little leg sweep to kind of throw the enemy off balance. He just grabs him and disarms him. So it does look a lot more cool. You got your options to kill, knock him out by choking him out, and then interrogation, classic Metal Gear Solid 3. If you notice, he takes out his knife as he does it to scare the guard. I'm assuming. I didn't like that how his knife was on the right side instead of the left side. I feel like he kind of let go of that CQC that he learned from the boss, you know, because up to a certain point he kind of thought like she betrayed her country or something. So I feel like, you know, he's not gonna have that mentality anymore. But whatever. Obviously, it comes in handy because he pulls it out to scare this dude. And I think, I'm not sure. I don't know a lot of Japanese. I know very little, like very very little Japanese. But I think Snake coaxes the guard into calling his buddy to lure him in. Because if you notice, Snake says something, and the guard says something to the effect of like, "Okay, understood" or something. And that's when he yells out. He says like, "Dareka mite kure," something like that. "Dareka mite kure." I don't know what it's like. "Dareka" is like someone's here. I think someone. I saw someone. So his buddy's like, "What the fuck?" You know. So I think the level of interrogation is different. You know, you can either interrogate people or you could use them as more than just shields. And then here we go again, a new thing. You're able to aim your rifle and move the guard at the same time. Move with your shield. That I think is going to be really cool because I love CQC. If you guys have seen any of my videos, I love doing CQC in Metal Gear Solid 4 and 3. So that to me is going to be really awesome, being able to move more fluid with your shield while holding a gun out. That's going to be awesome. And then that's when the guard hears his buddy, comes over, and Snake takes him out. And then he CQC's this guy. CQC, that kind of looked a little choppy, but whatever, it's cool. A little leg sweep. And he's off to go save who obviously isn't Chico, just some dude. Um, it looks really cold. The way that guy's moving looks cold as fuck. But so yeah, the CQC obviously looks really refined. We see a little bit more of the CQC in the daytime trailer. I thought it was super awesome. The daytime trailer. I was really excited to see that action type stuff. So yeah, I think the game's gonna be awesome. Those little white marks, I think those little white marks are where Snake has been. People said that it's, you know, other targets. Some people have been saying it's other targets that he can go save or whatever, but I think it's his little, you know, to track his movements. The menu looks a lot more immersive. Obviously, it looks like you're gonna have to use the menu. In Metal Gear 4, you never had to use the menu. Metal Gear 3, you didn't have to use the map because it was linear. You know, Metal Gear 2, you're in Big Shell, so I think in Metal Gear Solid 2, you did have to use the map because it was kind of confusing, the Big Shell at first. So Snake is running. I don't know if he's sprinting or not. It kind of looks like he's sprinting, and then he gets seen by one of the guards. Goes into that bullet time. Dude is down for the count. He's picking him up. I guess he's gonna hide him when he realizes that this dude is over here. Oh, damn. Well, here's your buddy. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty tight. That'll come in handy here and there. Um, Picks up his dude. En route to the helicopter. The helicopter's already been spotted at this point, but Snake uses it to his advantage to get the jump on some of the guards. Opens the door and there he goes, running up the hill. I like how the helicopter is, you know, starts to come down to the ground level when he gets closer to it. It's pretty cool. I heard you can put, you know, mini guns and all this kind of weaponry on your helicopters to help you out. So that's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that if it's indeed true. Um, there he is providing cover for the helo. And there he goes. He's getting on, and you can't see it, but it looks like he hooks himself onto the helicopter so it doesn't fall out. Because when he's done shooting, he goes in, he like puts his hand kind of over his midsection like he's unbuckling himself from somewhere. So not a big deal. It looks like it happens automatically, but that's kind of cool. And the open world definitely looks destructible to an extent. That's pretty cool. And then right here it's all over, and see he kind of buckles himself off. Yeah, see. And that's the end of the first trailer. So definitely excited about that. It looks really cool. The nighttime, the daytime trailer looks a lot more. The feel does look a lot more different than during the night. It does look like it's literally a night and day difference. So that's pretty cool. He puts on his little patch to boost his self-esteem. Yay, Kojima production. So that's that trailer. And then the second trailer starts off again, obviously during the day. You get a little bit of a clue into the layout, the user interface of the whole stage. There's a soldier in the back, and he's not a pilot or anything. I don't know, he's probably just, you know, a crew member from the helo or what, but he's back there for a reason, I guess. Tokyo Game Show special mission. This was cool. I like how they did this. Like, it looks kind of like a cutscene, and I don't really know if it is or it isn't. I don't think it is. I think it's gameplay, but it looks like a cutscene. Like, I like how you can see, you know, from your point of view. It's not first person view. It looks like maybe Snake is just static there. And that, I'm pretty sure that's gameplay right there. So it looks like it does a little bit of a cinematic thing, sort of like it does from time to time in Metal Gear Solid 4, which is cool. I like the guards, they look realistic. The facials look really realistic. There he is marking targets. And even though looks like he's using the binoculars to mark the target, I don't think you have to use the binoculars. I think as long as you get a good field of view on him, you'll mark him. See, like right there, he just marked him with that close-up third-person view. It looks like that close-up third-person view also keeps the camera locked onto the targets. I don't know if it's just good camera handling on the player or if it's automatic, but sometimes it looks like when you lock in on a character, the camera stays on him. So he jumps off right here in the shadow, which realistically he probably would have rolled a few times, but whatever. He saw Snake. I mean, he's Big Boss, so that makes sense. And there's those white dots again. Yeah, the white dots I'm pretty sure are tracking just where he's been. So he's getting ready to head out there. He's looking around. Marks that Gizzy. Same weapon layout. I did notice in this trailer the little layout with the D-pad looks like it goes into some depth, because when he chooses his grenade, he goes into choosing what kind of grenade as well. So I thought that was pretty cool that, you know, your sub-menu turns into a little bit of a bigger sub-menu all within the game. So that's cool. There he goes. He's sneaking around. And he's, I guess he was supposed to grab this guard. It looked like he had a pretty heartfelt conversation with this guy when he grabs him a little later, but whatever. So he's stalking him now. There he goes. And see right there, to me it looks like if the camera kind of locks onto him. It could just be good cameraman technique right there with that right analog, but Snake comes in, grabs that fool, disarms him. The disarm looks automatic. It might be automatic. You might not have to do a Metal Gear 4 where you click R1 and then click it again to start the rifle disengaging. I don't know if that's a cutscene or not, but it looks pretty badass, and they talk about the CIA or some shit. I don't know, maybe he's a CIA spy or whatever, but he obviously says something and Snake starts putting him to sleep. And there he goes, night night. He didn't take him anywhere either, so I don't know what the fuck. Picks his ass up, gives him a nice bed to sleep in, so to speak. And now, what is he doing? Alright, so he's off to the next point. It looks like he marked it on his map, and it shows up. That's pretty cool, I would assume, because the world gets vastly expanded, of course. That's going to come in handy. Being able to mark locations for you to get to. He marks that guy in the distance, jumps the fence, and then takes this guy down using some modified CQC. Bam! That's tight. And then this is where they show a little bit more expansive CQC here, where he doesn't isolate a target, he engages both of them. Which kind of looked like shit to me, I don't know. I like it, but I didn't like how it's the same move twice, just like in Peace Walker, like you can see like pretty much everybody. They made it a little bit too easy, which I understood for the PSP version, but for this version I was hoping it got a little more complicated, instead of just clicking R1 and then clicking R1. I was kind of hoping it was a little bit of a challenge, to be able to do that kind of stuff, but whatever. And then he comes and grabs that cassette tape. That's tight. And there's the tape. Grabs the tape, and there's a sniper rifle there. American flag in the background. I guess he's gonna call in the helo to come and get him out. And it looks, I don't know, the dots to me, like if you notice, the red dots are the ones inside the compound. So I'm assuming like red dots mean like, you can get spotted or the helo can go down because the bad guys are there. And the white circles are, the safer extraction points. As we're obviously going to see a little later, the helo gets taken out pretty quickly because he called it inside the compound. But that's just a guess. And then here's that slow motion time, exclamation point. I guess he decides not to shoot him. Instead, he wants to show off some of the hand-to-hand combat, which is awesome. Boom, that's some Jason Bourne shit right there. Look at that. Yeah. So that's tight. I like that. That the 3-hit combo is more expansive. He's checking these guys out. Then he decides to grab the sniper rifle. So here we go. He's got his primary assault rifle. He's got the sniper rifle and his pistol. So that's 3 right there. That's pretty badass, I think. And as you're gonna see a little later, he's gonna grab another rifle. There he is, sniping. And his helo comes in, and as the helo comes in, you see that one guard off to the left running towards the Dishka. Here he is taking these guys out. So those are pretty cool. I was kind of hoping to see the first person view, just to get an idea what the first person view looks like. And there he goes to CQC, this guy, bam. That looked pretty cool. And see right here, he takes this guy's rifle after hitting him. So now he's got his sniper rifle, the FAL, the MRS-4, and the tranquilizer pistol. So he's pretty loaded right now, which is kind of cool, you know. You got that level of freedom. Of course he drops it, but it's cool to have it there. So here we go. Just loading himself up, and the helo's under heavy ass fire. It looks like 2 discos are on that guy. Snake tries to come and grab it, but it's too late. So they quickly turn on him. I like the Black Hawk Down thing they got going on. He ducks for cover. That's pretty badass. So that helo's down. I was kind of hoping like the helo was down and maybe he had to go rescue the pilots, but I could see where that'd be too much. And then if you notice how he shoots, he's got a full like 180 he can do, you know. He can really be very flexible on the deck now, which is cool. He can shoot from the side. You still got the side roll, which is cool. And you know, you could turn back really easy when you're in the prone, which is awesome. And see, there's that little menu that I was telling you about. He opens the menu and picks the grenade and then goes to what type of grenade. Boom, those guys get taken out. I got one flying like a bitch. Starts trying to keep him at bay. There goes that fast run again. Takes that guy out. Around this time is when the tank comes in. I like how the guys run for cover and shit. That's pretty badass. It looks more tactical. Metal Gear Solid 4, I feel like it was less tactical than Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3. 3 was really awesome. 2 was really intense. Like 2, they were like out to kill you. And this one, or the Metal Gear 4, was kind of systematic and machine-like. I didn't like it a whole lot. Just that quick run again, and if you can tell here, he does the quick run, and when he gets to that overhang, that's when he does that eccentric jump. I call it the eccentric jump. So it looks like you can. I mean, as long as you're not quick running and you don't want to do that jump, you won't have to do it. And then see, there he goes again, choosing the grenade. He goes to flare gun, and then C4. So the sub menu is pretty expansive for a sub menu. And here, just a bit of a crazy stunt here, some XXX status stuff, which was cool. It's kind of weird how you can see the exclamation points through everything. Hopefully that doesn't get put in. And if you notice, that's the camp where they're driving in the PAX trailer. There it is, the sign right there said PAX Security, or Omega Security, PAX Security. Camp Omega Security, that's where Chico was supposedly being held right there. There he's driving. Then it goes into a little bit of a cutscene where he does a badass stunt right there and drives off into the sunset. And that's the end of the trailer right there. I thought it was pretty badass, especially the daytime. A lot of good things coming. CQC is obviously expanded. And alright guys, that's the end of my Metal Gear Solid 5 impressions. Please comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. This is my first time doing this kind of thing, so I know I left a lot of shit out. But please leave your comments and your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you.
这里